The labeling issue is one that's absolutely clear from the point of international law. You cannot impose labeling requirements on the products of one country that you don't impose on all of them. Whatever labeling rules you have for your favorite importing country is the rule that you have to apply to all importing countries. And the European Commission recently adopted an interpretive notice in which it said that there should be special labeling rules for Israeli products from the West Bank and other territories that the EU views as occupied by Israel. The interpretive notice does not apply to any other of the territories that the EU considers to be occupied in the world. So these special labeling rules apply to the West Bank, but they don't apply to Western Sahara and Nagorno-Karabakh and Abkhazia and all the rest of the occupied territories in the world in the view of the EU. Now, there's laws on this, and the specific law that applies is there's a treaty on what's called technical barriers to trade. A technical barrier to trade is something that looks like an ordinary regulation, like a health requirement or a labeling requirement for consumers. But according to the Technical Barriers to Trade Treaty, if it has an effect on trade, then it has to be equal to all. It may not discriminate, even if there is a good reason to protect consumers, to protect health, etc. And there's cases on this. So there's a case in which the United States imposed labeling requirements on beef that simply required truthful information that consumers wanted to know about the origin of the beef. And the World Trade Organization appeals panel ruled that it was illegal. It was illegal because it violated the Treaty on Technical Barriers to Trade, and the reason was it imposed a bigger burden on Canadian beef than it imposed upon American beef. Now, it's very obvious in this case that there's a special burden that's being placed on Israeli products that's not being placed on any other products. That's illegal. I can't think of any legal justification for it.